welcome everyone back to the Tribeman podcast. Again, I think it's episode 15 as a complete guest. This week we got, Joe Rogan has reoccurring guests, his closer friends that he has back onto the show. So that's what I have this week. It's one of my reoccurring guests, reoccurring again for the first time. And just real quick, I say this every week. If you like to be on a podcast such as this one and you have a good personality, sense of humor, and you don't mind opening up a little bit, slide in my DMs and just, shoot me your name and number. I'll give you a call. We film every Monday night at 6 p.m. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce this week's guest. It is Mr. Dan Donaldson. So the audience already knows it. If not, you can go back and watch the previous episode we filmed with him. But my first three questions are always what's your name, where you're from, what you do for a living. We know you're New York via Vegas to Florida. We know your name's Dan, and we know you're an MMA. You're a connoisseur. You can't really call you one thing. You promote, you coach, you train.
I lived in Nampa, Idaho for a little while too.
Didn't know that. Fun fact. Yeah. Idaho. What your old man bring you there for?
I don't know. I was a bet. I don't know. They just were like, we got to get you out of Las Vegas.
Sent you out of here, so they sent you out.
No, they came too.
Oh, they came too. Oh,
yeah, they went too. I did the last 2 years of high school up there. That's where I met Nicholas and Danny's mom.
Oh, shit. Yeah. She's from Idaho, and she came to Florida with you.
She came to Florida with
Damn.
me, yeah. Actually, no, we stopped in, we didn't come straight to Florida. We went to Virginia first. Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond. So yeah. Were you a rich man north of Richmond?
Nah.
I was selling my soul. Working all day.
Bush came out to that song one time.
Really?
Yeah, I forgot where we were. We were in Minnesota.
Yeah, how the fuck does Sugar Sean come out to Lee Greenwood and lose on Saturday night? You can't go out to Proud to Be American in front of Trump and then lose like that second round tap out, bro. Come on, man. I love Sugar, but
it was weird, right? Yeah. I thought it was gonna be we were driving home from combat night.
I thought he was gonna win. I really thought he was gonna win.
We were watching it on our phones and we were like, wait, he's not coming out to Lupe Fiasco?
Yeah, it's one of the best ones yet. But you eventually made your way to Florida. So the question I thought of, it's not even on the sheet, and I didn't send it to you ahead of time. But tell me one thing. And the new format of the podcast is I'm going to give the guest a question, and I'm going to give them an example from my side so they better understand the question. So my first question is, what about Florida do you love? Like, uniquely love about Florida? And as I was driving over here, one thing that I uniquely love about Florida is that it uniquely represents pretty much every state in the country. I mean, we got blacks, we got Jews, we got white Irish guys, we got Italians, we got rednecks, we got uppity people, we got, WASP down in Boca. Like, we have a mixture of everything. So it's like when our state votes a certain way, it isn't really, most people think that we're deep south or we're Republican or whatnot, but it's like we vote based on what's best for us, I would feel. You know what I mean? It's like we have a little mixture of everything. We have all the Spanish cultures here, tons of Cubans, we have Mexicans, we have great food here too. I mean, I would say the Northeast is better with the sandwiches and pizza, but as far as Spanish food and seafood and stuff like that and different cultures, like Florida's got a little bit of everything, and that's what I like about it.
Yeah, and I could agree with that, and then I could say that I've hung out in so many circles and different types of people that everyone gets along. Yeah, you can't go to a place like in Georgia and Virginia and these places and it'd be cliquey, but we blacks and whites and everyone gets along. Everyone gets along because everybody's
is very unique for that. Though.
Yeah, and exactly. What I do,
everything from dreads to yarmulkes in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. And I see that in my own community and what I do for a living. It's everybody kind of gets along with each other within the sport, and I don't ever really hear racial slurs. You know what I'm saying? Everybody kind of kicks it. Everybody's making money together. Everybody's kind of gets along. So
it's a great melting pot state. It truly is.
It is definitely like that because you go to the hood and there's always a couple white boys.
I stand out certain places. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Yeah, I think so. I think that's cool. And I also like the fact that what I do for a living is so popular here. Florida is just MMA. And it's just if I lived in Idaho, I'd be mad as hell right now because it'd be I have something to do every weekend, really.
Well, here's a prime example of Florida. This weekend, I'm kind of geeking out because Dan's friends with somebody who works at the UFC, and through Dan, I got to give some merch of my company to this individual, and he actually wore it, and it got posted on social media, and it was cool because my little brother saw it first, and he sent it to me geeking out. Yeah, I was like, oh shit! Cool. But like just through that, like you came from Vegas through Idaho through Virginia and made it to Florida. Then you got Dean Thomas, who came from Delaware, you say Philly area, yeah. But his family's from Philly, though. You know, they're deep Philly, West Philly roots. But and you met him in Florida, you know. And I'll send you the picture in an email tonight, Edgar. But I want to post a picture of Din in a shirt. Pretty sick.
That's pretty cool, right?
yeah.
Was that on Embedded or something, or?
It was right before Piper's fight on Saturday night. Jonathan Webb, who's Sean Brady and Piper's jiu-jitsu coach. He went to high school with my brother. He went to our high school, and it was a picture of Dean. Sorry.
And it was on the.
Jonathan posted it. Joe posted it. I think Sean. It was on Sean's too.
Yeah,
it's pretty sick.
That's dope.
Yeah, pretty sick. But since you got an MMA guy here, my first question on the sheet is: if you could bring one retired fighter back in their prime to fight a current UFC champ, who are you matching up, and what's the outcome? So your current UFC champs. Let's just do male. So you got
I could
Pantoja.
do that right now. Yeah. To probably just Demetrius Johnson
versus
Pantoja. Just because I'd like to see it, and I think it would probably be like the most competitive, to be honest.
Yeah, because
like, what am I gonna do? Bring back like who's retired? That's like Khabib maybe at 55 to fight like Topuria and these guys. And who's a champ at, like, if there was no Islam, who's a 55 champion right now? It's up for grabs right now.
Well,
he's going up to 70.
Yeah, so it's Topuria versus
Charles.
Like
Khabib or Demetrius Johnson, something like that.
Demetrius versus Pantoja would be cool because Pantoja's running through everybody.
I don't think I could do any better than that, honestly. Like, I couldn't think of anybody else that.
I mean, Khabib versus Islam be sick. Yeah. But it would never happen.
I can't really think of anybody else that's retired that, like, you know what I'm saying?
If I could bring back a prime Chuck Liddell just to fight anybody one time, I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, like prime, we're talking. It's different.
Yeah,
it's different.
Who's the champ that Chuck Liddell could beat right now? Who's 205? He can't wrestle.
It's the guy that beat Pereira. Ankalaev.
Who's 185?
Really good though.
Duplessis. He could probably knock out Duplessis. Chuck, if he catches him.
I don't know, man. That dude is a horse.
Yeah. Give Chuck some of the jazz sugar, you know what I mean? He might get it done, you know what I mean? Maybe. All right, we're gonna flip to my other side. All right. What's a conspiracy theory you believe is true? All right, so my conspiracy theory that I believe is true, right, is I believe that humans aren't from Earth. I believe that the people that built the pyramids brought us here to mine all the precious minerals or whatnot. They created us to mine these precious minerals for them to go back. Like, they needed people to mine. They needed minerals. They ran out of them on their own planet. They came here. They found them. They created us with a monkey. We collected all the stuff for them. They took it on their ships. They sailed away thinking we would just die out, and we just kept evolving.
That's where we're at. That's
what I think happened.
That's what you think happened?
Yeah. And I don't know if it's a conspiracy. I just thought this in a dream one night, and I believe it.
Hell, yeah. I can't. The moon landing thing.
The moon landing. Okay, yeah.
I can't do it.
I'm with you on this one. Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah. What sets it apart for you? Like, what makes you think? What makes you call bullshit?
It just seems, when you watch some of these videos and you watch people break it down, and you're just like, you realize that, like, there's guys out there that can show like the amount of helium that is spent by NASA.
Yeah.
Back then, for what reason, and it just looks so fake to me. And okay, so maybe they did, and they needed to come up with footage, but like, how were they able to communicate back then? After they took off,
after they landed that little buggy, they took off, and like, come on, bro.
Just tell us it was bullshit. We're cool.
And then the whole Stanley Kubrick thing, the guy who directed Eyes Wide Shut, he like helped with the footage. Like, why'd you need his ass?
What was he? What did he have to do with it? I don't know. That's just one thing that's one for me. That's like, I just can't. I can't do it. I can't. That's just one. That's one.
All right. So, if you could erase one memory forever, would you, and which one? And I there's two that come to my mind. I mean, I guess memories I would change the outcome to. It would be the pass interference call against Kansas City in the Super Bowl 3 years ago now with the Eagles, and then the Joe Carter home run in 1993 that lost the Phillies the World Series. There's two times I thought Philly was going to get a championship, and we didn't.
So they're just like sports things, or things that happen in your own life?
Well, I mean, I was invested. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
I was invested. I mean, it could be something happening in your own life, but I really wouldn't change anything that happened in my own personal life because I feel like it made me who I am today.
Yeah, I can't even think of anything. But just like
events in history. You know what I mean? Like, what ifs? Or like, I also wish that Tony Ferguson didn't get injured before that Khabib fight.
Like, you know something like that?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's a what if.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. That's like, I'm not even really a sports guy like that. Like, if it's, like, 9/11, you know what I'm saying? Like, something like that, like.
Here's one for you. You're father of 2?
You know what's weird is, like, these questions is, like, I can't. Maybe it's just me, but I should have read through these for real. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's all good.
Because I could probably give good answers, but I'm also like.
Yeah, they're on the spot a little bit.
Yeah,
here's what I feel like. You have 2 kids, right?
Shit, I've been a father to a bunch of them.
two of your own seed.
2 of my own, but
2 sons, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so your child confesses to a crime that could ruin their life. Do you turn them in or do you protect them?
I take the charge.
Yeah, all right, that's a good answer.
Well, it depends on what it is, though, too.
Hey, all right.
If it's some fuck shit.
Take it out like criminals against children, crimes against children. Take that out.
I'm going to jail for that
shit. Yeah, take that out. I'm sending my kid to jail.
Oh, okay. No, I'll go. Yeah, I'm taking that case.
I think it's Boosie said this in an interview. It's like if you're over the age of 35 or 40 and your kids, you've lived your life, motherfucker.
Yeah. No, I like that actually. But yeah, no, I'm in.
Yeah,
sign me up.
I agree with you.
Sign me up.
I agree with you. All right. What part of your childhood are you secretly trying to recreate for your kids, and what part are you burying? So I would say the part of my childhood I'm trying to recreate for my kid is the way we grew up in the 90s. Like outdoor stuff, doing outdoor activities. Like my kid hasn't seen a video game or nothing like that yet.
Yeah.
And then I would say the part I'm trying to bury is I'm letting her do whatever she wants to do as far as like wild ideas. I kind of just stuck to the sports that my dad played because that's what I wanted to do. But like I wish I would have found MMA earlier or whatnot. So like my daughter, one of her goals this year for the new year, we do it every year on the first day of the year, January 1st. Write their goals down for year. One of her goals was I want to play tennis. I don't know shit about tennis. I was like, all right, let's give it a go. You know what I mean? So it's like I want to have her. The thing I'm trying to bury is I would like her to have options. You know what I mean? Just to go more with things I'm unfamiliar with. But the thing I want to recreate is the 90s lifestyle. I think too many kids are sitting at home on Xboxes and shit like that. So what about your childhood that you liked, that you're trying to duplicate in your home? It could be something as simple as like, the love and relationship that your mother had for you. You know what I mean? Or your father. You had a pretty good relationship with your old man.
Yeah, no, I did. It was cool. I'm drawing a fucking blank on this one. My kids are just animals. You know what I'm saying? Like they've just always been able to do whatever they wanted, and I just kind of like helped them through the process. They wanted to play baseball, good. They wanted to do jujitsu, good. They wanted to fight MMA because they both have done that, good. Like whatever they've done, I never really was like, nah, motherfucker, you're not doing that shit. I've kind of just let them do what they've wanted to do, and I'm like always there for question and answer. Yeah, because they got it. Like all of the banter and arguing with me and their mom and the wrestling and playing in the house and doing it, like they're ready for the world. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I just did that. Like, yeah. So, okay. I kind of recreated the 90s in my own household because
they're both active kids.
Yeah. I mean, the backyard was wild for them as the kids. They thought they were the characters from The Walking Dead shooting arrows, and then 10 minutes later they're throwing baseballs at each other, and then you know what I mean.
Like, also, both your kids went through MMA because obviously their dads.
Yeah, they've been training since they were little.
But now, present day, your son Danny's heavily involved in the production of it, training, and then Nicholas, he's he works your event, but he's not So it's like you let them do whatever they want to do too. You know?
Yeah. I don't.
You have 2 kind of different kids.
They're just. I do. Yeah, that's kind of true, but Nicholas is actually. He might be smarter than me and Danny, to be honest. Like
he's the one staying away from combat sports.
Straight up. Like, he might. Yeah. I
mean, I think he's the best looking at all 3 of you.
That's funny. I mean that shit.
No offense, Danny. That's funny. If someone had access to your full internet search history, what would you pay to keep private?
That I've been listening to Morgan Wallen lately.
Hell yeah, dude! Dude, hey, it's an album you can put on the beach and play from the first song to the last song, and you don't have to change it. You don't have to change it. That's all I'll say.
It's weird. I've never thought that I would like Morgan Wallen, but like I found him. I didn't even know who he was until Theo Vaughn and him did a walkout together. Have you ever seen where they do like some weird, like it's a walkout, like they're walking out to a fight. And I was like, what is going on? Who is this guy? And I started looking. I don't even know how long ago that was. Maybe a year ago. Like
I saw you post Morgan Wallens for white guys who try to act black when they were younger. No, they just grew up and they listen to Morgan Wallens.
Yeah. I meant that shit too. I meant that shit too. I know so many dudes around here.
I thought of Dylan Bladen right away.
Dylan Bladen? But there's thousands of them, millions of them. They're all like. Yeah, and I said, and then I wrote in the comments, I said, and I have a mullet, because it's true. I know so many guys that are,
if you could fight one historical figure with modern rules, who you're squaring up with and why?
If I could fight one historical, if I could,
someone from the past. It could be Abe Lincoln. It could be fucking. It could be.
Damn, who would I fade?
I didn't even think of an example.
I want a good fight though. Like I wouldn't want no pushover. I would want like a.
I like to fight Dr. Fauci in his prime.
Fauci?
Because he shut down the world for 2 years, bro. That shit blew.
Yeah, no doubt.
That shit blew. People lost their companies.
Fauci
All that.
In his prime.
Yeah, I'm in his weight class.
Doubt.
I'm in his weight class.
Fauci in his prime. I don't know. Name some people that have passed.
I mean, just look at assholes throughout history.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, I mean,
that's the thing. I don't know if it's me, but I draw blanks in situations like this when we're having conversations. I'm good at one-liners and talking shit like "fuck you, motherfucker." Like, but like if you want me to think about some shit like that, I draw blanks when it comes to like names. Who's a fighter that fucked up real bad and like?
I mean, it depends what you look at as fucked up. Like people don't like Bryce Mitchell right now.
Nah, not something like that. But like,
I mean. Colby Covington's.
Let me get my hands on fucking Epstein.
All right,
let me get my hands on that motherfucker. Like someone like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Someone like that.
I like that.
Yeah, let
me
beat the fuck out of that dude.
And I think
bad too. Like
I think someone beat you to it, but
really on this podcast?
No, I mean in real life.
Oh yeah. No, I'd like to sock that dude. Go ahead.
All right. If you were given 30 seconds to talk to your 18-year-old self, what are you yelling before the clock runs out? Like, what's your main message?
How long do I have to talk to him for?
30 seconds, but what's your main message? What's your main message?
My main message? That it's it always gets better.
All right.
You gotta keep moving. If you stop, it won't.
I like that.
If you stop, it won't.
If you
stop, it won't. That's how you go broke. That's how you end up on drugs. That's how you end up drinking. That's how you end up fucking up relationships with people. That's how your whole personality changes. Is if you stop. If you keep moving, it'll get better. Everything, finances, everything. But if you stop it, you're fucked.
I'll agree with that. Like I'll tell myself, like the pitfalls are part of the process because you think of your first couple pitfalls, you think like, oh shit, my life's over, I got to give up. You know, you own a business, I own a business.
Yeah.
But it's like you run a promotion now, I run a couple rehabs now. It's like, but back to when we started, all those problems we had, fighters canceling last minute, or somebody not showing up, or me, you know. Someone stealing a client or someone quitting. You have to go through all that stuff to be able to run the company eventually. No, you can only really. So the pitfall is definitely part of the process. I like that.
No, I have. That's what it is. I mean, I had my first son young, so I kind of learned on the fly. Like,
how old were you?
18.
That's young.
19, yeah, like I had to keep it moving. So
yeah.
What did I say? What was the first sentence I said?
Don't stop. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's always gonna get better.
Yeah, I guess we said. Yeah. Let me see here. I kind of start jumping around. All right, what's something everyone pretends to care about, but you think is overrated?
Fucking celebrities.
Being celebrity, yeah.
Dog, I fucking hate those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Man. Like,
yeah.
Like I wouldn't even want to be. If somebody like handed me millions, I'd be like, you keep that shit. That's when your whole life goes to shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
it does. Like you're never like.
I would like the fortune without the fame. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because man,
if I could disappear, that's my main goal. And I'm sitting on a fucking podcast, and I'll say I don't like social media either, but I post crazy videos. So I'm literally a talking contradiction right now. But
but it's cool because like you have a message, and what you do for a living is good for the community. If I could
do this and pay my bills and have cool conversations with my buddies and sit with Edgar every week and it pays my bills, that's cool. Way better than fucking tarring roofs. You know what I mean?
I think it's a different type of celebrity I'm talking about.
Yeah, like the people who can't stand. Like, for example, like a person that I would cancel. Like one of my next questions is, who's this current celebrity that you would cancel? It's guy fucking annoys the shit out of me. It's Brian Callen. He's on Rogan's podcast.
Brian Callen.
And yeah. He fucking annoys me so fucking much because like he don't even like sit on a podcast to like listen and have a conversation with somebody. It's like it's all just to go viral and shit like that.
I know who you're talking about.
And like he'll talk out of his ass like he's not even listening. It irks the shit out of me. You know what I mean?
So Brian Callen, if you're out there,
and like he acts like he can fight and shit like that.
No,
like,
let's run that fade, Brian Callen.
Rise of the Warrior, Brian Callen.
Yeah, let's get your first. Your first
and I'm
fight
old too. I don't look that old. I'm old.
Yeah, let's set that up.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be cool. I'll have some people. I'm probably 2 degrees of separation from him, maybe 3.
I mean, I would run that. Yeah, I'd run that. Yeah, I go out on that one. But who's a celebrity? Give me a current celebrity that you would like to do that with.
Who I like to fight?
Yeah, current somebody that's in. It's got to be somebody in media right now.
Somebody in media that I'd like to get my hands on.
I mean, Jay Shock on TikTok. Let's get the mucking.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, dude, he's kind of like, he looks like he has a disability, so it wouldn't be fair, so I couldn't hit him, but he fucking bothers me too. And then Joshua Block, the autistic kid that's on TikTok, who crashes out.
You want to fight
No,
that guy?
I don't want to fight him, but like I would like to have someone, you know, who could match up against him.
Really?
Yeah.
Like somebody else that's autistic?
Or, you know, see, like, autism, like, I mean, I have a cousin who's autistic, and she graduated college, works a great job. You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
yeah.
And he like kind of, he has poor public behavior, and they kind of just blame it on the autism. But it's
really?
like, yeah,
I never
like
seen
he gets
his
drunk
stuff.
and he freaks out on people and stuff like
Really?
that. He gets antagonized, but it's
wow.
but you are on TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it's like certain things that people are famous for. It kind of irks me because it's not for positive stuff.
You know, I know there's some. It's not coming to me right now, but there is a dude that like has gone viral that I'd like to fight.
What's he doing on TikTok?
That's like TikTok, Instagram. He's bald, and he's got a beard now.
Is he down in Miami? Tattooed dude?
I don't know if he. Oh, Wes Watson.
Yeah,
I'll
he just
I'll fight that dude.
He just got beat up, I think. Or
you know, he was talking shit about MMA fighters recently, saying, "Oh, MMA is bullshit.
Yeah.
These guys can't really fight." But it's not him; it's another guy,
Right.
and I can't remember his name. But he's like a dude that streams, and he went away to rehab a bunch of times, and he keeps on coming back in and out. I can't remember his name.
If you know his name, comment below.
Yeah, I'll beat up a dude like that. But like celebrity wise, man, I'd like to fight Diddy right now.
Oh yeah, Diddy. See, all right.
Yeah, I'll fight Diddy.
He's a scumbag. And I'm not sympathizing with anything that he did. However, I do feel like, you know, there was. If you're with somebody for 10 years and in the text message she was sending him after the fact while she was with her new dude, come on, man. You know, it's like.
Oh, well, she said she loved him and shit?
We're trying to get back into good graces and, you know, yeah, bro. It's like, I mean, this is all, you know, alleged is what I'm looking at as the trial comes out. But it's like, you know, it's a freaky game you're playing, you know what I mean? You know,
yeah, it must not have been all
play
bad.
stupid games, win stupid prizes. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a little bit.
It must not have been all bad.
Yeah, and you got $30 million out of it.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I mean, would you take $10 million if one random person you met dies painlessly?
Do I get to pick the person that died?
Yeah. You've had to have met them in person, though.
I have had to have met them?
Mm-hmm.
Painlessly?
Yeah, it's not,
I could think of a couple people.
Yeah, so you take the $10 million?
I just think that they ready to go anyways.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there's a couple people that I run over with a car if I caught them on a dirt road. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not a bad person, but, you know, I feel like that's the fate that they deserve. So, yeah, there's definitely a couple people that I've met. I'd do it for $5 million, maybe $1 million.
No, I don't want to hurt nobody.
You're a better man than me, son. I'll take that $10 million. Because you're only going to get like 6.5 after taxes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If you woke up as the opposite gender for one day, what's the first thing you do? And I'll give you my example. First thing I'm doing is checking myself out in the mirror naked. See what I'm working with.
Just to see what's up?
Yeah, like what would I look like as a girl? Like
I would request that I'm on my period that day.
Why?
Just so you can see what's popping.
No, dude. You're pandering to the female crowd right now. Real hard. You're
Play it a little. Do it.
Dan Donaldson, feminist, as he matches up girls to beat the shit out of each other fucking 3 times a year.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Here we go. Go back page. All right. If you can get build a 3-on-3 team to play for your life, one current player, one retired player, and one street baller or fictional character like Jesus Shuttlesworth or Uncle Drew, who you picking? So I'll go my
It's basketball?
Basketball. So I'm going to go current player. I'm going to go with Jokic. Former player, Michael Jordan. And then fictional or street baller, I'm going with Hot Sauce.
Oh, remember Hot Sauce?
Hot Sauce.
All right, I'll go Professor.
Oh, all right. You're going white point guard.
I'll go white boy.
Yeah.
And then I gotta go Michael Jordan.
Yeah, obviously.
Or Dominique. Michael Jordan.
All right.
And then what current?
Current player.
Who'd you pick?
Jokic. He can do everything.
Yeah, no, I know.
My big guy.
Probably Jokic too.
Yeah. Jokic, yeah. All right. Which popular self-help advice is actually toxic?
Which popular advice is what?
Which popular self-help advice is actually toxic? And I'll give an example. I will say telling your kid that they can do anything. I feel like you have to like look at your kid and like it's like if your kid's my height, and he's 5'7", and his dreams to go to the NBA, it's like, all right, maybe not, play as far as you can go. Then let's think about basketball is your love. Let's think about coaching. And I mean, or if it's like
self-help shit, like
yeah, like I think Ozempic's fucking terrible.
Bro, I'll be honest, dog. Fucking SSRIs are fucking the devil, dog. I have had such terrible experiences trying to get off and on that shit to the point where, like, I don't want anybody to fucking... I want people to work it out naturally or...
There are other things out there.
There are other things out there to try to get through some shit. I don't know. I've just had such terrible experiences with it, and I've known so many people who've just like changed their brain chemistry because of it, and it's like now it's such a need for them to have it that it's like they feel hopeless. Yeah, I've felt that way too. I'll be honest. Like there's 3 different times in my life trying to get on it or off of it. Like when they tell you that you have side effects for these things, you might want to kill yourself.
Yeah.
You might fucking be even more depressed than ever.
Yeah.
You might really like it. For some people, they are a blessing, and that's great. You found what works. Mm. But in my experience, I would hold off as long as you can.
See, my experience is like when I came, obviously I was a heroin addict. When I came to rehab and I got off of drugs, like obviously I'm not going to feel how I'm supposed to feel, right? I'm not going to feel normal. Mm-hmm. And what they do is they prescribe you SSRIs, and it takes, 2 weeks for it to start kicking in, and you don't really notice it kicking in, but getting off of it is what got me. Yeah. Because it's like, all right, I feel like I'm in a spot in my life where I can get off of it, but then you start to feel way different. You know what I mean? It just it takes you harder to get back to a base level.
Yeah, and the 3 different times that I've done it, like it created even more like panic attacks and different things and all this. Like you're starting to then you really start to learn what life is about and how you really can fuck your own brain up.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
Know what I'm saying? Like I grew up with anxiety anyways. I was a nervous kid growing up. I remember when we moved from New York to Las Vegas as a kid. My mom probably remembers this shit. It was like 6th grade or 7th grade. I would have hives. I would have hives on my back and on my neck because I would be so nervous because I would be such an anxious little fuck. And just from being like the new kid at school.
Yeah, because you did move.
Yeah, like I hated school. And I fucking hated being like the new kid at school, and we moved around a lot. So,
but right there's a prime example. Like they're gonna sit there. Oh, he's an anxious kid, but they're not looking at the scenario of like, oh, he's moved 4 times.
Why is he an anxious kid?
Yeah, exactly, just like that. And it's like I subscribe that I don't want to take anything that if I stop taking it, something happens to my. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be chained to anything like that, like an SSRI or anything like that.
Yeah, no doubt.
But if your personality...
Did that answer the question?
It was great. It was a great question. It was a great answer. Probably your best answer yet, to be honest with you. If your personality was a mixtape, it says what 3 songs will be on it.
Oh, wow.
Give me 2.
I could probably do...
If you can do 3, give me 3.
Nah, I don't...
I'll give you my 3. I'll give you The Joker by Steve Miller Band. I feel like that describes my personality. I would go Feathered Indians by Tyler Childers, because I think that describes my relationship with my daughter. And then 3, I would go This All Heart of Mine by the Isley Brothers, because it reminds me of my childhood and like my roots. My roots. Yeah. No rap though. I wish I had a rap song in there.
Rap. There's a couple that I can mention that would be like they'd just be too personal. People would be like, oh, I know why he picked.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
I'll chill with that shit.
Swerve.
I give you 2.
Give me 2.
September.
Oh.
Yeah. That always makes me be like, oh,
yeah, great song.
And then probably that Meek Mill's Dreams and Nightmares song.
Hey man, that's Philly, baby.
And it's just because the way that the walkout was and how my how my guys all went crazy for that.
That was a great time.
And that was probably one of the most craziest nights of my life. And
you and your son,
and I picked that song because I knew Dean was going to be there, and they always kind of like.
I mean, fighting in your own car with your son, and you had Dean Thomas and Gillian, top 10 fighter in the world, sitting right there ringside. Pretty dope night. Pretty dope night. I mean, you had Dean Thomas, Gillian Robertson, and Tom McGuire sitting ringside.
Damn. And then at the same time too, like
that's why Rise of Warrior is a fucking great fucking car. You should come out July 12th. It's awesome. That's what you see there every time.
And another thing too about that was I did that show with Mitchell Shamale from Combat Night, and me and him are really close. So whenever we get a chance to like work together every November,
he's your son's father. That's what I heard on the street. That's what I fucking.
Well, that's news to my baby mama.
I mean, they're each other's profile picture.
No, they were. Mitchell's from Florida. We had we had Danny in Florida too, though.
Yeah, see, all right.
So, when we get to work together on these November pro cards, it's fun because we get to like work together, and we work together on shows all the time, anyways.
Can I tell you my favorite guy that on his staff that I love is the dude who, when the national anthem didn't play and he stepped in and started singing.
Who, Lil Retro?
The white dude with the beard. He's
he's cool.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, he's awesome. He has a company called Retro Grappling. Oh, man, I don't want to fuck this up. Where are you at, Retro? Retro. Let me look this up because I want to use this because I love Retro. His name is.
Can you cut out the searching time?
No, you can keep that shit on here. He'll probably use. He loves this shit. I want to say his page properly though, because it's awesome. It's Retro Grappler Shop. Retro Grappler. It's jiu-jitsu rash guards and all kinds of stuff, man. He sells cool stuff. He actually designs the shirts for me. The last shirt that we did had Rise of Warrior. Yeah. It looked like the Naughty by Nature with the baseball bat on it. He did that, man. Retro's dope.
Where's he? Is he based off of online, or does he have a shop?
He's online. It's mostly online.
What's the website?
Instagram Retro Grappler Shop.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. Shout out that. All right, I got two more questions for you. What do you think people misunderstand most about you? And I'll give this my first example. What I misunderstood about you. I thought you were a dickhead.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I would say I mean, obviously I was an outsider. I kind of invited myself to your garage, and I got it. I understood it later. Is that you're very protective of your guys in your garage. And I mean, I felt. I mean, it's gonna be all in my head. But I felt like you were nice to let me in, but you didn't really fuck with me till I was there for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't start chopping up.
No doubt.
And it's like I kind of felt like either you were very protective, which I admire now.
So this happened today. At 4:30 in the morning, this dude writes me and says, "Hey man, can I come train at your garage? I just turned 18, but I'm small and I got beat up and I can't let this happen again." I answered him right at noon because that's when I seen it, and I said, "Do you know anyone that trains with us?" He said, "No, but I saw your page and I'm trying to get some help." I said, "What's your name?" Because his name online is just like it's a bullshit. This is a real account, but it's like X9X whatever. It's weird. He goes. I said, "What's your name?" He said his name, and he goes, "I'm no fighter. I'd get my shit rocked over there, but I really do need some help." I said, "LMAO, how old are you?" He said, 18. I said, "Okay, yeah, I did see that. Where do you live?" Port St. Lucie. I said, "Do you know where my house is?" He said, "No, but I don't. No, I don't, but I live in Port St. Lucie." I said, "Listen, come by and meet me. Everyone that trains here I've known for the last 3 or 4 years, some maybe even 10 years. I have to vibe check your young ass. We are a family here, but every so often I'll bring in new guys that are not pussy, have good work ethic, and could be a supportive teammate."
Hey man, there you go, great.
So now we're talking. I said, "How much do you weigh?" He said, 115 pounds.
Dude, I want Da Vinci to get his ass beat, so let's turn this up.
So this happens 3 times a week.
That's exactly what I do. Spot on what I said. Yeah.
So like when I do that, like, I live on a busy street too. So I've had guys walk up drunk because they've drove by and they see the dude sparring and training and holding pads for each other. And like, I could do that shit while they're on the way to Winn-Dixie or Walmart, and they see, and I'm like, "Man, you faded. You're faded." And they're like, I'm like, "No, you're like, I can smell it on you. You're faded. Like you're drunk right now." And they're like, I ain't gonna lie, I really am. I'm like, okay, well, bro, I can't let you train with these guys. These are like my kids.
And they're like really trying to do something with the craft too. It's like you have real professional and aspiring amateur professionals in there. Like the guys who are training, like they're there to train. You know.
So what I'll do right then and there is I'll give them my phone number and I'll like text with me, and I will chit chat with them to kind of like vibe check them a little bit more. And if I feel like they might be trying to change their lives or they could be supportive, I'll give them the time of day and I will chit chat with them. But this is my house.
Yeah, it is.
It's not like I can say go train at this gym, and this gym, but it's going to cost you $200 a month because I know what these places are charging. Yeah. But like sometimes I'll give somebody a shot. I do. Yeah, like once a month I do. Yeah.
Which is crazy, but like, the crazier personalities that you do like in there wind up being the good ones. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Yeah, I do.
How was your first vibe check on Donnie Bush?
The first time I met Donnie Bush was at a show in Port St. Lucie. It wasn't even a Rise of a Warrior. It was some random dude that came in and put on some small show. There was only like 30 people in the crowd because no one, you know what I'm saying? It was a small show. And he took the fight and I met him. I just went to just go see this bullshit. This was like 2011. I was like, what is this shit? And I walked up to him. I was like, man, where are you from? What's going on? And he just got done fighting. And he said, I'm from Okeechobee. And we chit-chatted. And he showed up like the following week. And he just started training with him, and we've been friends ever since.
That's how a lot of guys started with you, because like even Shane, you saw Shane painting a bag in the gym, and we're like, yo, what are you doing?
Shane was punching a heavy bag at Anytime Fitness and showed me his phone and was like, is this you? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, man, I've got to fight in like 3 weeks. Can you help me train for it? And I was like, what? And then he told me who he was fighting and what promotion, and I was like, you're not fighting. You're not fighting. This dude's a purple belt. And then I hit up the promoter. I was like, what are you doing? You're booking this dude? You're fighting this dude? Yeah. Against this kid doesn't even know, he didn't even train before. Yeah. And then I pulled him out of that fight, and then he's been training with me ever since.
No, he's a pro fighter. All right, my last question. What legacy do you hope you're leaving?
I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and honestly, I don't even know if I care about the legacy thing. I just want to leave my kids something dope.
Yeah.
I just want to leave them something dope. Like,
just take care of Rise of a Warrior. It's dope.
Yeah, that I don't care if they don't. I don't care if they do or don't, but like I want to make sure that they got money and they know I love them, and they know that like everything that I've done up until this point in my life, whether I was kicking it with them all the time or not, everything was for them. Since the day Nicholas was born, it's been for them, you know, and then I've just picked up little youngins on the way that I've been trying to like help along too at the same time, because I wish I had some shit like what I have for these kids in the community. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in a perfect world, I wish Danny and Nicholas were on the mat every night too in the garage, but they have busy lives and shit too. But that's okay. They have their own paths, and fuck, I bet my dad wanted me to be a fireman, and look at my ass. I ain't no fucking fireman.
But you put fires out daily though.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, I will say outside, like, you're a fucking wild person. Like your whole life is just a wild situation. It's very unique and unordinary.
It's so much fucking crazier than anybody even knows.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But just from me looking from helicopter view of it. But I will say you're a fucking good dad.
Thanks, bub.
Your kids are, they're good kids. And they choose to be around you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know you've been divorced. Like after splits, usually they go one way or another. You know what I'm saying? I see your kids with you all the time. So that thing. But
that was never really a thing because.
But you got a good relationship with your
we were we were dating in high school or shit. That's my baby mama. She's still my homie.
Yeah, and when I got divorced, I asked him for advice on that, and I went to an MMA guy for advice on, and that's exactly what he told me. He's like, one day you'll get to a point where
the first 6 months is like, what the fuck am I doing? What is going on? How could this be? How could we not be together? How is this a thing?
And then you get the point of gratitude.
And then you're like, oh, wait a minute. Time to refocus.
Yeah. What do I want in life? Was I happy? Yeah. Get to that point. Yeah. But I'm not going on that. Right?
She's probably the most important person in my life, truthfully. Like, I mean, my mom and dad for sure, but like, I think having her was like having kids with her like changed. Who knows what type of maniac? Yeah. Only she knows, really, because I was bad.
Yeah.
I was a fucking maniac. Yeah, I thought I was Tupac for real. Like, it was stupid. Yeah, no. Having a kid definitely changed me.
And then just before we go, your next card is when?
July 12th, Haverdell Fen Center. It's gonna be a good show.
This card looks really good.
It's gonna be a good show. I could tell already that like It's going to be a good turnout. The fights are going to be good. I have too many fights as it is already.
You're pulling on the heartstrings with the Shark Boy David Rivera fight, though.
You think so?
I won't be in the bathroom for that one, I think.
Everybody loves Shark Boy and Carnage. We'll see what happens. But they're both great kickboxers, so it should be fun to watch them.
I just love them both as human beings.
Yeah. No, I get it, man. I get it.
All right, so
and my sponsors too have really
give a shout to your local sponsors.
I got a new sponsor. I love these guys. Freedom Impact
Windows.
Yeah,
I see them. They look like a fun group. I saw the picture.
Man, they're so cool. Man.
They're a fun group.
Ryan DeRocher is one of the owners, and Mike Placido, and I've known them guys forever. But Ryan DeRocher, I promise you, is one of the tough. Everyone knows it too. All the old school, everybody knows. In an hour's radius of here, he's one of the toughest dudes in town. I promise you. Right. Yeah, he's a retired pro fighter.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, man. We got to get
put their table next to ours.
I will.
Right, cool.
Yeah. Now Ryan's awesome. I've known Ryan forever, man. But I'm really happy to have them on, and now we have Larry Neese Roofing Construction.
Yeah. I need a roof soon.
Have you met him yet?
No, I've met him.
That dude is so cool, man.
Yeah. Most of your sponsors are pretty cool. I'm sure you have a couple of New England.
Man, he does a lot for the community. He puts on little concerts and stuff. Like,
oh yeah,
he's such a cool guy, man. I haven't heard a bad thing, because every once in a while you hear some shit.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I remember what you had all the whole sheriff drama when the sheriffs were running against each other.
Yeah, that was weird.
I'm just an MMA event, bro.
Yeah, like that was so strange, because I want to be like in what I do for a living. Like I'm trying to be friends with everybody, and just everybody enjoy.
It's the best night out in town.
Yeah, for me, I want to like just let everybody come out and enjoy this thing that I just created. It took me 8 weeks to do, and I want everyone to come together and just be like, and the last thing that I want is like division. You know what I'm saying?
It's such a big thing that everyone wants to have the little part of it too.
Yeah.
But it's a great thing.
Yeah. But I can't really hate on any of all of my sponsors. There's never been anything when there's been some shit where I'd be like, fuck those motherfuckers. Yeah. Nah, I'm cool with everybody. If there rarely ever anybody says like, I'll see him in the streets and I'll be like, "What's up, man? What's up? How you doing?" Yeah. There's a couple that it might be dicey, but I'd probably push myself on them and hug a motherfucker on purpose and see how they react.
Squash beef with love. There you go. With that, we're gonna wrap up the I guess it's 15th or 16th episode. Edgar's looking at me because I know we're running close to time. I just want to thank again Dan Donaldson. The show is July 12th at the Vert L. Fen Center? Is that Havert L or
Havert L Fen Center. Yeah, shout out to Fen Center. I love that venue.
Great venue. And again, if you have an inkling to be on a podcast, shoot me a DM. And thanks.